Right, well, morning all. Sunday the 21st of July. It's about 10 to 6 in the morning, already 13 degrees. Tide's on its way out, so there are only going to be more beach exposed as we go. No wind, lovely and warm. What more can you ask for? So anyway, let's get set up and hopefully I'll be back with the first find soon. We had a big storm go through yesterday, hence why I didn't manage to get out detecting. So I'm hoping it's disturbed a few things up. I found the Victorian silver up amongst these rocks, so I'm going to concentrate up here, have a slow meander along right up against the top, see if we can get a few coins out. Right, let's get going. Well, just at the first target, it's a big old bit of copper. I don't know what that is, but that gave a cracking target. So yeah, it's a good start. Right, we'll crack on and see if it's disturbed anything else. Well, practically next door to the piece of brass, just had a drive band from World War II. These go round the outside of 50 cal bullets. Every time I dig these damn things, you always think you found a ring, but you haven't. So I'll just drop my brass on the floor now. So 2 targets already, and we've literally only just started. So that's a cracking start. Oh, and look, they both fit in my tin as well. Right, let's crack on. Well, I've just had that, which as you can see from the percussion cap on the end is still live. So that's, I think that's a blank. I can't see any date on the bottom of it at all. No, it's as smooth as anything. So anyway, I won't be taking that back. That's live, so I'll be digging a deep hole and burying that, because you never know. I think it's just a blank, but I'm not taking any chances. Right, we'll crack on. Right, this is why it's good to know your beach. Now, if you look here where this sand has been completely washed clean by the sea, that means that all the shingle that was originally in there is gone. So that's not normally exposed, so that means any targets that were there that previously I couldn't get at, I've actually got a chance of detecting. However, where you can see all these piles of shingle banked up, and then over there in the corner there's a massive ramp, that could also mean that any targets that were laying there have been lifted up and deposited in the shingle. So I will be running up here, coming back, then I will move up onto the shingle, because the chances are if there's any targets here, they're going to be up there and down there. However, you can't also discount on here, but because most of the action's been here where we had the storm, I would suspect the targets to be likely to be either still down in there and never actually exposed and moved, or flipped up on there. So we'll try that and see whether my theory pays off. I don't know what it is with live ammo this morning. I've just found another one. As you can see, the percussion cap's still intact. Hang on, let me put you on macro. You'll be able to definitely see. So as you can see, percussion cap's still intact. Broken at the end here. But again, I'm not taking that back. There's some writing on there, but I can't make out what it says. As I say, don't do live stuff, so that's going back and being buried. Right, we'll crack on. Well, I just had a 303, this time it's not live. It's quite hard to see, but it's actually 1939. So, yeah, it's not too bad, but I'm still gritting my way up and down here. I've dug all the way along here. I'm now just doing along here. And then I turned around and came back up at the top, but it's very quiet. So maybe the targets are further down the beach, but so far it hasn't exposed anything. So anyway, we'll carry on. Oh, hang on. Got the macro on so you can see what we're doing now. So we'll carry on, see how we're doing. So it's so quiet, there's no one around. So yeah, lovely morning, but it's starting to heat up a bit now. Wished I hadn't worn my coat, but oh well. Right, let's get on. Well, I've just had that. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's got 1, 2, 3 stamped in it. Probably something ordnance related, I suppose. Right, next target, here we come. Well, I've just had an interesting item. If you twist the top, it moves these little blades inside. It does move round. Let me clean that up. We'll see if there's any markings or anything on it, but I've got no idea what the hell that is. Hold on. Right, I've given it a bit of a clean up. It can't move, it sort of pushes through and clips on, so that's a ring for something. So that's gone through something and held it on like so with this ring on it, but I don't know, maybe it was part of an old bag or something, I'm not sure. But no marks on it. Oh well, shows you there's some other bits and pieces here. Right, my theory's gone out the window that I was running to, because the lower down the beach I'm getting, the better the targets. So this is why you grid your beach. So I was thinking all the stuff's up there, I'm now thinking it's down on here. So I'm slowly dropping down the beach looking for stuff, and that's where I found this. So right, let's give that a go and see if we can get anything out of here. Well, this one here, you can see at the top there, 1936. So you probably think, you must get a bit bored keep digging bullets, but the thing is, where else can you actually dig on the beach and then get a date stamp of how old the area is and what sort of relics you're digging? So that's 1936, so I know that's old. There was where I had the little ring with the other bit on. I'm spiralling out at the moment because I'm thinking, well, if that's there, there's some other bits next to it. Yeah, and lo and behold, straight next door, big brass bullet. So big brass target there, big brass target there. Maybe some interesting artifacts around here. So that's why I always recommend spiralling out. So let's keep it going round and see if we can get anything else. Well, I just dug right down in there. You see how deep we are. Massive spoil. I'm laying down here. I just had 50 cal. Let me get that cleaned up. So you can see now, there's the 50 cal. DM4, Des Moines, I think that's 44, but that's Des Moines in Indiana in America. That was the name of the ordnance plant that was making them, but I mean, that's in remarkable condition. It's because it's been down there in the clay. There's no oxygen, so it doesn't rust. Right, let's get that in and we'll crack on. Well, I've just dug that. Which I am assuming is the top of a anti-aircraft shell from World War II. But looking at the condition of it, I don't know if that's still live, whether that's got anything inside it. So I'm going to stash that, and then next time I come back down, once I've done some research, if it's safe, then it will go in my collection. If it's not, then I will be reburying it. But with any of this ordnance, if you don't know what it is, and I don't know whether that's ordnance even or not, then that goes back where it came from, in a deep hole. Right, let's crack on. Finding a right old mishmash of bits and pieces today. That's obviously some sort of plug that screws in. God knows what that's off. Right, let's crack on to the next target. Well, here's the biggest target of the day. Some sort of brass debris. I don't know what that is. I'll take that back, see if I can get that identified, but I can't see any markings on it. I haven't got a clue what it is, but it's got some weight to it. Right, well, let's crack on.
Gun crews stand by. The shells are in their racks ready to load. Listen to the amazing bark of these giant machine guns that fire explosive shells at 2 a second.
Well, massive ship out there on the horizon. Tide's right out now, but that's it for me, so I'm about done. So I thought I'd do a quick look at what we've got on the beach. So we've got the horseshoey bit of metal, World War II drive band, the plug, a couple of 303s, the thing with the ring on it, a couple of bits of shards with some writing on, looked like the same thing. This ginormous, I don't know what that is, looks like a bit of a shell. This, which looks quite interesting, but I've no idea what that is. We need to find out a bit more about that. Which is also covered in sludge. And the 50 cal. So anyway, that's it now. I'm going to make my way back to the car. Hope you've enjoyed the hunt, and by now hopefully I've identified some of this stuff. Right, see you later. I'm off for my traditional cup of tea.